Well, there are so many investment opportunities. I think one that's potentially overlooked is systems analysis and IT solutions in terms of planning for resiliency to physical climate impacts. So things like even satellite systems that are predictors that can help predict extreme events associated with climate change in order to better prepare. And then of course there's more obvious ones like renewable energy and opportunities in almost every sector to put a positive spin on things, because we need every sector to change to almost zero carbon. So there are things like, for example, we just labeled a green bond in the shipping industry that's currently for oil tankers, but it's actually reducing emissions by about 50%, and with a new battery technology that has the possibility to transform the shipping sector. Well, the finance sector has a big role to play in terms of helping raise awareness and risk transparency in the financial markets. But the financial sector alone can't help us reach the SDGs. At least on climate change, we also need strong carbon pricing and climate policies to be tightened in order to provide a base driver foundation for understanding where those risks are and price them properly into the financial sector. Well, that's a good question, because we use a shades of green methodology to rate green bonds. So when we are rating a bond, for example, as green, for us that means that it is mitigating climate risk, both transition risk and physical risk, and also is not causing harm to other environmental or sustainability issues. Well, they come in the forms both of physical risk and transition risk. And on the physical risk side, there are observed immediate impacts that we already see from the global warming that we've already caused in the atmosphere of more than 1 degree. And that takes the form of both abrupt extreme events, but also some of the everyday things like more rain on rainy days and flooding in overfloods in urban sewer systems, for example, are some of the everyday examples of that. On the transition side, we're moving at a slower pace, and we should be, to solve the climate crisis, but we can expect tightening policies on carbon pricing, and particularly in the EU, it's one of the most advanced examples of seeing a tightening carbon price.